Welcome to Living in Lansing, Michigan, where we talk about the good, the bad, and everything in between with life here in Lansing and the greater mid-Michigan area. Today, we're going to hit on the 5 biggest employers in our area, and we'll give a shout out to number 6 through 10 so that you, if you're making a move to the Lansing area, know what you can come here and expect to find as far as employment for yourself, for a spouse, maybe a kid, or some other member of your family. Before I forget, don't forget to subscribe, like the channel and the video, and turn on the notifications with the little bell icon below. So let's jump in and let's talk about the biggest employers here in mid-Michigan and what those job opportunities look like. All right, so coming in at number 10 on the list, real quick, going from 10 through 6 before we dive in deep on the top 5, we've got Lansing Community College, located right in downtown, right by the Grand River. Lansing Community College employs about 2,000 people here in the mid-Michigan area. Okay, coming in at number 9, real quick, Dyke Container, located about a 20-minute drive from the capital in Mason. Mason's also the Ingham County seat. We have Dyke Container Corporation. They are a producer, manufacturer of food servicing and packaging materials and containers. All right, coming in at the number 8 spot, Jackson National Life Insurance Company, with just under 2,500 employees here in the mid-Michigan area. Their main campus and main offices are located just off the I-96 freeway at Okemos Road in Okemos. Okay, number 7 on the list for the largest employers here in the mid-Michigan greater Lansing area, we've got Peckham Industries. I want to give a special nod and shout out to Peckham. Peckham employs about 2,500 people, but they also make a lot of exceptions for people with diverse work needs, whether that's physical disability that makes it challenging for them to get to and from work, or for the work that they do. So shout out to Peckham for employing a diverse group of people, especially those with special needs in our area. All right, coming in at number 6 on our list of the largest employers in the greater Lansing mid-Michigan area, we've got Auto Owners Insurance, based right here in mid-Michigan. They employ something like 2,800 people. They're a local company and their headquarters are right here in the mid-Michigan area. So that's number 6 on our list. Let's jump in and let's hit that top 5 list of the large employers here in the greater Lansing mid-Michigan area. All right, we're here. Let's talk about the 5 largest employers here in the greater Lansing mid-Michigan area, and stick around till the end. I'm going to recommend one above the rest in case you may be looking for a job change, or perhaps you're moving here with a job transfer and you already have a job, but your spouse or a child or another family member needs to look for work. Well, I'll give you my recommendation on where you may start. So coming in at number 5 on that top 5 list, with roughly 3,000 employees in this area, we have McLaren Health. McLaren is the second largest healthcare provider here in mid-Michigan. One cool thing that McLaren has is a partnership with Michigan State University, which is also one of our top 5 largest employers in the area. McLaren also recently opened a brand new hospital facility. In fact, at that new facility, I had shoulder surgery just about 2 years ago. The old hospital is still partially open, and they're using those spaces for private medical practices and some other medical related fields. The new hospital, though, is conveniently located right off the 127 freeway and at Forest Avenue, which is roughly the southwest corner of the Michigan State campus. And in partnership with Michigan State, they built on some land that Michigan State University owned previously in that area. So at number 5, with roughly 3,000 jobs, McLaren Health. All right, coming in as the 4th largest employer here in the greater Lansing mid-Michigan area, you may have guessed this one, General Motors. General Motors has 2 large production plants here in the greater Lansing area. First, the Grand River plant, which is right in downtown Lansing, located just off the 496 freeway, backing up to the Grand River. If you see the big smokestacks, if you're not familiar with the area, that's the Grand River plant. The second location is on the west side of Lansing, only about 10-15 minute drive from the Grand River location. We have the Delta plant. Between these 2 plants, we have about 4,500 jobs and people working for General Motors in our area. Now, don't get me wrong, that's not the only impact General Motors has in the area. There are numerous, dozens and dozens of offshoot businesses that help supply products and other services for those 2 plants, but directly for General Motors, about 4,500 employees at those 2 plants. So that's our number 4 on the list. Now let's get into our top 3. All right, here we are, the top 3 largest employers in the greater Lansing, mid-Michigan area. Coming in at number 3, Sparrow Health System. Sparrow has their main hospital for the greater Lansing area right downtown on Michigan Avenue. And if you walk out front of Sparrow and you look down Michigan Avenue to the west, you can see the Capitol. And surprise, surprise, that may be the largest employer in Michigan. But we'll come back and talk about working for the state of Michigan in a minute. Sparrow Health System employs roughly 9,000 people here in the mid-Michigan area. We've got the main hospital there on Michigan Avenue, but Sparrow has offices and clinics and other facilities all throughout the area. So you may not want to work right downtown in Lansing. No problem. There are other options, and those are vast and spread across the whole mid-Michigan area from Okemos to the west side, North Lansing, you name it. Sparrow is a large employer in this area, and they've got a variety of different jobs and locations that you could work at. So coming in at number 3 with roughly 9,000 positions, Sparrow Health. All right, we're down to the final 2 largest employers here in the greater Lansing, mid-Michigan area. And as you probably guessed, coming in at number 2 is Michigan State University. With over 10,000 jobs, Michigan State University is located in East Lansing, a quick drive down Michigan Avenue from the Capitol in Lansing. Routinely, Michigan State will see attendance of about 50,000 students, with about 40,000 being undergrads and another 10,000 working on graduate programs and doctoral programs. Michigan State University is also a Research One facility, which means they're investing heavily in research, in doctoral programs, and doing grant and other work that sets them apart from the average university. Another cool thing about Michigan State University, it is a land-grant university. So while you drive down campus, you'll see classrooms and labs and other facilities. You go to the south part of campus and you'll find yourself in farm fields and pastures where they're working on the turf management program, one of the top in the country, or where they have veterinarian sciences buildings and other facilities growing crops and things of that nature. So we have a Research One facility, and we're also a land-grant university. And don't forget, they're partnered with McLaren Health at that new hospital just off the southwest corner of campus. So at number 2, Michigan State University, one of our largest and most attractive employers here in the greater Lansing, mid-Michigan area. Okay, here we are. We are at the top of the list for the largest employers here in the greater Lansing, mid-Michigan area. And as you probably guessed, and as we hinted at, the largest employer in our area is the state government. That's right. The capital of Michigan is right here in Lansing. And that's actually because many moons ago, more than 100 years, on the east side of the state, we had the capital in Detroit. And the next biggest city was all the way on the west side of the state in Grand Rapids. Those people in Grand Rapids got upset that they had to drive all the way to Detroit to go to the capital to do state business. So many moons ago, a compromise was made, and boom, right in between Grand Rapids and Detroit is Lansing. Now Lansing is the capital, and because of that, we have our largest employer in the area as the state of Michigan. With 13 to 14,000 jobs in the area, it is our number 1 employer. And as you can imagine, we have a lot of people that work at the Capitol building and the affiliated offices in downtown Lansing, where the Capitol is located. So coming in at number 1, our largest employer in the area, the state of Michigan. All right, so we made it to the end, and I said if you stuck around to the end, I'd make a recommendation for one of the top employers in the area. And for me, that's going to be Michigan State University. There's 2 big advantages that I think we need to consider when we look at big employers in the area. First, with Michigan State, you get excellent benefits, whether that's the retirement investing package that they'll put together for you, or your health, dental, vision insurance, or the fact that they're competitive with wages when compared to other large universities in state and in the Midwest. Second cool thing, we moved here about 10 years ago. I did with my family for my wife to take a professor position at the university. And one of the things the university offered at that time was to find me a job. What a cool opportunity. You come here to work for the university, and they ask, does your spouse need a position as well? I think that's a huge advantage that Michigan State University has over some other employers. Now, other employers may have similar programs, but Michigan State University is one of our largest employers, conveniently located right in the middle of the greater Lansing, mid-Michigan area. And jobs there range everything from professors to cooks to maintenance facility people and everything in between. So Michigan State University is one of my top recommendations if you're looking for a job in the mid-Michigan area. All right, so that's a wrap on going through our top 5 largest employers here in the greater Lansing, mid-Michigan area. With almost 25,000 jobs between the 2 of them, you've got the state capital and state government government and Michigan State University. Those two employ a whole bunch of people here in mid-Michigan. One of the great things about the upper Midwest is we still have relatively affordable housing and a really good jobs market. Unemployment here is quite low. So if you're looking to make a move to Lansing and maybe you want to talk housing or job market or just the overall community, make sure you schedule a time, get on our calendar, shoot us a text message or give us a call. We'd love to chat with you about the area and everything that Lansing and the greater mid-Michigan area has to offer. All right, the fifth largest employer in the greater Lansing area is McLaren Health. McLaren has the new hospital, and as I mentioned, that's close to Michigan State University, as you can see here. Here's the new McLaren Hospital, only been open a couple of years, really nice facility. That's the fifth largest employer here in the greater mid-Michigan area. Coming in at number 4 is General Motors, and General Motors has 2 locations here in the greater mid-Michigan area. That's our Lansing Grand River plant, which you can see is this entire area right at MLK and the 496 freeway backing up to the Grand River. And then our second spot is here, the GM Lansing Delta Assembly Plant, which is on the west side of Michigan, right out by Diamonddale, and where the 96 and 69 freeway come together. That's our number 4 largest employer. Number 3 on that list is Sparrow Health, and Sparrow has a hospital right downtown. That hospital is on Michigan Avenue, just down from the Capitol, but there are also numerous Sparrow buildings across the greater Lansing area. More than any other location, we have a lot of people working here at the Sparrow Hospital on Michigan Avenue in downtown. That's our 3rd largest employer in the area, Sparrow Health. And then at number 2, we can just cruise down Michigan Avenue. We'll find ourselves at Michigan State University. There's the main part of campus with our sports facilities, classrooms, labs, and then south of Mount Hope Road, we have a lot of the farm and agricultural lands and facilities that are used for veterinarian sciences and other parts of campus. And then our number 1 employer here in mid-Michigan is the Capitol, and you can see the Capitol building is right in downtown Lansing. This is the Capitol, and it has that cool dome in it right at the end of Michigan Avenue and right off the Grand River. So that's the location of the Capitol, and many of the state facilities are located right around the Capitol building in downtown Lansing. So those are our 5 largest employers in the greater mid-Michigan area: the state of Michigan, Michigan State University, Sparrow Health, McLaren Health, and General Motors.